Repeat Offender is a long-form open discussion podcast. Topics include sensitive issues such as sex, religion, politics, race, gender, death, BDSM, MFN, CFNM, MMF, MMFM, and healthcare. Do not try this at home.
Get your motherfucking ass up when I'm talking.
So hold on tight. The action starts now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
And here we go.
I can't believe we're missing out on all that fucking gold, but I guess we'll head in a different direction. So it's Memorial, or it's almost Memorial Day, right? And every fucking year on the same time, like people posting pictures of their dinner on Thanksgiving, every year, without fail, since the advent of Facebook and other social media, there has to be some jackassy fucking veteran that has to remind everybody that today's not for the living veterans, but it's for the ones who fucking died. So don't you goddamn dare forget, and don't you fucking dare thank a living veteran, because that's not their day, Thomas. Fucking every fucking year. No,
there's definitely not a better way to memorialize dead war veterans than to the smell of burning fucking flesh on a grill.
It's, you know what it is? It goes back to the thing I hate, which is virtue signaling. And, letting people know everywhere around you that you're a good person at all times. So I served in the Navy, whatever, who gives a fuck? I slept on bombs and I bitched all the time. So it's not like, when people say, thank you for your service, it's like, bro, I didn't fucking do anything. I signed up sitting in jail when my recruiter's like, well, how are you going to get out of this town? He told me I was going to get some Asian pussy, and I joined, and then 9/11 happened, and we were out to sea for 163 fucking days, so I didn't do anything but bitch and complain and collect a check. So I appreciate your hand, but I'm not going to shake it.
Did you get the Asian pussy?
No, the terrorists took that from me.
What?
They canceled all the ports because of 9/11.
Why you hate Asians? Is that why you disagree with Asians?
No, I dislike Asians because when I worked in biotech, they always reheated fish in the microwave, smacked their lips, and then they were really sensitive. I actually got fired for being too offensive one time.
Too offensive? Wow. Because me as a man, I would definitely correlate that back to not getting the pussy. But fish, pussy, same difference. I got what you're saying.
Asians are very sensitive people, even though they're emotionless monsters that eat the kind of animals that we all like to pet and see in zoos.
Yeah.
So I served with some guys, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that I hate about like military people. So we were in the Navy, which meant we were on a ship, and the closest thing we ever got to combat was like when we got to wear our fucking fatigue greens, with our red shirts, because that was the aviation ordinance. And we dealt with bombs and guns, but we didn't see action. None of our lives were ever in danger, even after 9/11. None of our lives were in danger. Yeah. Never were they within 7 blocks of being in danger. But these same people today, almost 15 years later, I'll see them on Facebook, and they're posting pictures like of the two fucking, the two battle buddies holding their guns after they got into a big firefight in Fallujah, and they're like, never forget us vets. Like, what do you mean us? You weren't there. You didn't fucking contribute. Your life was never in danger. In fact, most of these guys I remember were fucking out of shape and probably would have went out of breath by the time their fucking magazine was empty. And then there's the kind that are always posting every year, on this day, you got to remind everybody, don't forget that this isn't the day to thank a veteran and buy him lunch. It's for the fucking people that died. Every fucking year, the same people, and they get the same amount of likes, and it's fucking insane. But then here comes Veterans Day, and then the same people got to post the same fucking picture, the most badass looking picture they could, of them standing on a boat holding a gun or an M60 or something, and they're like, I signed a check and my fucking check cashed to fucking the bank of your life versus this and it's like, fuck the fuck off. Like, let's be honest with you. The real reality is like 1% of our total military will ever see combat. 1%. And there's millions of them, right? And 1% actually sees fucking combat. The rest are a bunch of fucking Jerry back in fucking pig, like, oh, look at these guys did, so I'm going to be the same. You're not Chris Kyle. You were a fucking cook. Or you worked in dispersing and you made sure we got our paychecks. Or, no, and on the ship they had lithographers, guys that made signs. That's what you did in the Navy. And then there's a big portion of them that go to like Army or Navy fucking college for football or basketball. And they don't ever serve except when it comes time to put on their dress uniforms. So it's like, this isn't like the beginning of the century when the world was actually at war and we were actually engaging in constitutional wars. And this wasn't during conscription where they were plucking fucking hippies, who got low numbers out of their small fuckhole towns and shipping them off to Vietnam. This is this is sign-on bonuses, and this is 100% of your college tuition paid, and this is fucking guys that serve 4 years and get out, and then they get a security clearance, and then they're going over to Afghanistan.
I get what you're saying. Welcome to the corporate military.
And it's just like you stop acting like you fucking put your life on the line ever, fucking ever.
Yeah,
a large percentage of them.
My daughter's in college and she got some roommates, and one of them was a dude that was in the Navy, and apparently he don't go to college. He's a barista at Dunkin' Donuts. So I don't get the correlation. Yeah, I don't get the correlation of how you go into the military to get the check, do a little mature, a little human growth or whatever, and then come out to fucking make coffees. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get how the two correlate, but I guess to the individual. But I wasn't in the military. I was too busy being a criminal. But I guess
that's why there's the Marines.
But yeah, so I hear you on that, but I think that over the last maybe 40 years, we probably drifted away from like real war. Like, I mean, we have war and people die, and I'm not discounting them battles and shit, but like 9/11, I mean, it would have been impossible for anybody to die because that was our own government. But another argument, another topic, another episode. But I appreciate the veterans that have sacrificed shit. I get the concept of the military, however, it's so inflated with lies and propaganda and corporate dictation that I think you're probably right that most kids sign up. They think that they're just going somewhere to get some pussy and get a check, and they never will see any battle. But I don't want anybody to see no battle. You know what I'm saying? So if you got numbers, a lot of times you can intimidate yourself out of a war. You know what I mean? Intimidation. In the simple fact that nigga, fuck you, we will eliminate your entire country.
But at the same time, as a disclaimer,
go be a cook.
Well, as a disclaimer, I want to say, since I was in the military, I believe I have the right to bitch about this. Now, if anybody who wasn't in the military was trying to be like, fuck those motherfuckers, well, then fuck you, buddy, because you decided when your time came that you didn't want to, and now you're 48 years old, fucking acting like you're waving a flag. I think you should say thank a veteran.
I think military service. I think like the Starship Troopers. What the fuck is that show? Is that movie? Does that sound right?
Starship Troopers. Want to know more?
Yeah, I think that. I honestly, I believe that if you want free college, if you want some health insurance, you want to be able to grow, you want the right to vote, you probably should have to fucking do a tour.
Yeah, unless you're rich and your family
like
can
bottom
pay.
Line. No. Good, bad, right, wrong. Every motherfucker out of high school, sign up. You got to. It's part of it.
Like Israel does, the 2-year mandatory.
I don't know what it is. I don't know because I don't know anything.
I think
about
it's 2-year
Israel,
mandatory.
Okay? But what I'm saying is that does away with all the student debt that the federal government's backing anyway with these grants and these fucking loan insurances and all this other dumb shit and these applications and all this bureaucracy. You come out of high school and look at all these young boys that don't have daddies and have broken homes and mamas for dope fiends and dope fiends for mamas and all this shit. No, fuck all that. Go on, do your little 3 years, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Get some direction in your motherfucking life. Get out of your broke dick motherfucking neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And man the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you is, you know what I'm saying? Read, write, dyslexic, it don't fucking matter. You don't need to be motherfucking able to read a goddamn novel to hold a motherfucking gun line, you know what I mean?
Well, the funny thing is my biggest fuck up when I was in the military was there wasn't a lot of mentorship in there. So I got on the ship, and after they pump into you, because I went in undesignated, which meant I got on my, I went to my ship and I didn't have a job. And so they told us, like, you can work on a flight deck because a flight deck's fucking awesome and it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world and all blah, 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 blah. And I was so fucking sick of hearing about that when I was in A school that by the time I got on the ship and they're like, who wants to be on the flight deck? And it's like, yeah, that kind of sounds like a Joe job. No thanks. And fucking, they're like, who wants to do this? And then the one guy's like, who wants to work with guns and bombs? I shot my hand up so fucking fast I almost dislocated my shoulder. Come to find out, the guys that work with guns and bombs are the biggest goddamn pieces of shit in the entire Navy. And that's the group I was in. Bunch of waking up at 7 a.m. to muster at 7:30 a.m. drunk bastards because you can't have ammunition in port. So we'd sleep on the bombs.
So that's cool and everything, but that don't fucking matter because it's the wrong holiday. All right, so let's move to another topic.
It's the wrong holiday. You can't talk about the living ones. So, okay. All right. So now that we got... You can't talk about the living ones. Don't you fucking dare thank a veteran today.
No.
You better be thinking about the dead ones. So when you're out beaching and grilling and stuff, it's because of some guy who served in Operation Enduring Freedom. The real point I was trying to make was I was on the gram the other day, as Jay-Z calls it. So I'm on the gram, and there's a LA DJ. His name's Big Boy, because that's a pretty rampant nickname in hip hop culture. And in my opinion, Big Boy looks like how we thought Magic Johnson would end up looking in 2001. He's all scrawny and sucked in and stuff like that. And I'm like, there's nothing Big Boy about this guy. So of fucking course, right? Here comes the dude with 125 followers, fucking chiming in. Hey, bro, yo, that's what happens in L.A., my boy. He said, my boy. That's what he said, my boy. You get those nicknames assigned to you, my boy. I was like, well, that seems kind of weird because it's like he's not big, and why, it seems like it's a nickname. You could change your own nickname. And he's like, man, you're so white. And that fucking shit shot me through the roof. Now, I think I've said this before, but I want to make this abundantly clear. Let me go down the list real quick. I've served in the military. I've watched Afghan POWs walk into the fucking brick. I smoked weed with Aborigines in Australia. I've fucking, I've been on thousands of stages in Southern California making people laugh. I've been vindicated many times over that I'm a funny person. I've worked shovels next to immigrants and fucking all kinds of people. I sat in basements and counted money with thug-ass people that would otherwise kill me and smoke me like a cigarette. So I don't think that my credibility towards the fucking different parts of life in the world is in question whatsoever. So what I don't need is some little fucking half-stump Grape Street fucking cholo be like, man, you so white, because you can't answer a fucking decent question and you're just going, well, in LA you get the nickname assigned to you. Like, fuck off with, like, if you don't have anything important to say or if you can't contribute to the conversation like an adult, then please log off the computer and let the other people at the fucking library use it. Or you might be out of minutes on your fucking Boost mobile phone. But fucking, just to fucking discount everything I've done. Ugh.
No, you almost sounded like Bernie Sanders. That sounded like
Boost Mobile is nothing compared. Boost Mobile is nothing compared to Cricket. Cricket is for African Americans and they deserve unlimited data.
God, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, nicknames get picked up along the way. But
if you're not big anymore, don't call yourself Big Boy. I met a fat motherfucker one time
it's like when they used to call fat niggas skinny. What's up, Slim?
No. Here's the thing. So it was it was on the comedian. I don't know if you know who he is, Felipe Esparza, And he actually responded. He goes, "Well, he used to be really fat, and he lost a bunch of weight." And it's like, "Well, time to change your nickname." Because I used to know this fucking dude.
Or maybe it correlates to his pockets. Maybe everything he lost in his belly went to his wallet. You feel me? So he still
maybe he's got
balling.
Maybe he's got a fucking giant dick.
Maybe
All I'm saying is, change your
That's
fucking
what I'm
name.
saying. Maybe he got a horse dick. Why you need to change it? What does it matter?
Like Young Thug and all those guys. What happens when you're 45? You're not young anymore.
Yeah, maybe
you look ridiculous if you call yourself young.
And it ain't gonna be doing nothing. He gonna be like they used to call me Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? Now I made a lot of money and I'm driving around in some shit with no roof. And I'm still fucking young bitches. So, you know what I'm saying? Go on and get your value and punch your dick to some fucking porno. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm Antoine Washington. I'm not Young Thug anymore.
Yeah.
But I knew this fat motherfucker. Yeah. He had tons of fun tattooed on his fucking shoulder blades, right? And it's like you have... Yeah. And he was like 25, and it's like you have no intention ever of losing weight by getting that tattoo. That's basically sealed the fucking deal right there. By writing tons of fun across your back.
But what you don't know, so maybe the nigga cool being fat. You know what I'm saying? Like you know.
No, this wasn't an okay with. This guy's gonna be. Yeah, he's probably dead at this point. I'm guessing. This was years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably not tons of. They
probably
his
pallbearers. Like,
does that guy carrying his coffin
with Aborigines?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially with some fucking punk ass kid from fucking East LA sitting there trying to be like, "Oh, you're so white," indicating I don't know shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
because he can't fucking answer a question.
Okay, so we can dive into that in just a second, but we cannot argue the fact that you're definitely white. So. That was an.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on the result. Right. I'm still waiting for the results.
So yeah, it's not 100% till the DNA come back. But what I'm saying though is that over the past say 20 years, maybe even tighter in the last 10 years, you so white, like white. The word white itself as a generalization has taken on like a life of itself. It can mean anything in any conversation at this point. You know what I mean? It's like when we was coming up, we talk about white money. You know what I'm saying? We wanted white money. You know, that old white man money. You know, that long money. But now when you say like white and stuff, I mean, you can be calling a nigga a pussy. Like, man, you're a white ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a pussy. You know what I'm saying? God damn, that nigga's white. You know, he a pussy, he a bitch. You know what I'm saying? He a hoe, nigga. He a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Because
I take offense to that.
It's flipped the script. So. Yeah, so that might have been what the little nigga meant. He might have been like, damn, nigga, you old dumbass pussy nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga, get off the gram, nigga.
With 125 followers, we weren't even in the same league for him to comment on my section.
No, but you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'd probably told him to come on over here and open up
I do.
dick. That's what I'd probably told him, nigga. You hungry, nigga? Come on, get you a sandwich, nigga.
Like this kid I talk to all the time. He lives in. I'm gonna do a shout out to Brandon. He lives in fucking Duck Dynasty, Louisiana, or I don't know. And his experience is because he was in jail. So he's like, I was in jail, so I'm worldly wise. And I don't think there's a correlation between being around like criminals and the worst of society and being worldly wise. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all because number one, everybody in jail ain't criminals. And number two,
regardless, I'm saying like by spending time book learning.
You judge a society based on its on its criminal population. And
how you treat them.
A lot of criminals are surprisingly really intelligent, and I'm not going to say that it has anything to do with the free time of reading books and shit like that. But I think people who commit crime, and I don't mean like rape, murder, molestation. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and separate the pack there. Like, you know, it's money, it's hunger, it's boredom. Like a lot of niggas that are intelligent get bored at work. They're not being challenged, so they go out and create their own challenges. But neither here nor there. And then in the jailhouse, man, you can meet niggas from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You meet niggas from Mongolia, you know, fucking Guatemala, New York City, Alabama, you know, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then
Alabama.
How worthless. Yeah. Then you look at how worthless the police is. You know what I'm saying? Like what led this fucking reject on the fucking life? You know what I'm saying? To come out here and then take an oath to uphold the Constitution, never understanding a fucking word of it, and then pulling a bitch over to have to flip through a fucking an officer's version of a PDR. To find a fucking statue to arrest you on, you know what I mean? Because you challenged their authority on the side of the fucking road. I mean, come on, cool. Like some cops come up in cop families, some are ex-vets that find their way into it, but the vast majority of them are fucking douchebags that just wanted some state benefits because they didn't excel at anything else in fucking life, and they were doing a recruitment, and they felt empowered by the gun that they were so goddamn scared to shoot that they almost flunked out of their fucking police academy.
I think they just like the hair.
I don't know.
I think a lot of them just like to wear that high and
They like
tight.
the bomber glasses. I think they like the bomber glasses and shit. Like them niggas watch like Tom Cruise and shit too many times. Like, I'm gonna get me some of them glasses and I'm gonna be a cop.
Have you ever noticed when you deal with a cop, they always look to the left or right real quick before they say something to you? Not like they're paying attention to their surroundings. Just that kind of like subtle, like, how you doing? As they look left, they're like, how you doing, sir? Kind of.
They always
making sure the audience sees them.
When they try and port the headlights in my mirror to blind me, and then I fold my mirror in, they get mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bitch, nigga, you asking me to look for my insurance paper, and you trying to blind me with motherfucking lights? Get the fuck out of here.
And exactly what is taking so long in that car? That's like upwards of 20 minutes. It's like, so you pull up behind me, right? Cops are obviously trained to use laptops while they're driving, while the rest of us are incapable of using a cell phone. And they've already ran your information. They pull you over, right? And stuff can come back immediately. You type in somebody's name, it comes in immediately. Exactly what's taking you so fucking long in that car to do whatever you have to do? Like the ticket book is not that intensive.
They're trying to create a probable cause incident. But here's the thing: like in most states, it's required to have insurance on your vehicle, right? And if you don't pay your insurance, it suspends your license. Okay, it comes back invalid. You know what I mean? And it'll say insurance suspension. So in 2019, it is almost fucking pointless to require someone to show them you their insurance card. Okay, but yet they still want to see your fucking insurance card. Okay, my license would be suspended if I didn't have fucking insurance, you dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they get all weirded out, like if you have an electronic insurance card. Like, I'll keep a copy of it on my phone. And I'm like, bitch, nigga, it's on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll be like, well, you know, I can't take that to my car. Why do you need to take it to your car? All you need to do is look at it and you see that the dates there is good. Like, I pulled Geico insurance. And Geico, it gives me like a 6-month or a 1-year window on it. It says, you know, not valid past this date or expires on this date. You know what I mean? And the deputy was like, I don't understand that. That's not showing as valid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not showing as valid. It shows effective date. You know what I'm saying? 1/10/2019 through, you know, 7/1. You know what I mean? It's like, get the fuck out of here.
I hear a lot of you in this story.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody just posted something on somebody just I got a question since you speak ghetto. Somebody just tagged me in a post on Facey Space, and I don't get it. So you gotta tell me what's up. It says free social media.
Before you start, I gotta hold on. Before you start, I got to full disclosure. Speak ain't the same in all parts of the country, so I might not understand what little nigga's saying, but go ahead.
All right. But I'm sure I'm Urban Dictionary is probably right up your alley. So, free social media advice. The first person to milkshake a Nazi in North America is going to get like 1 million Twitter followers. And then somebody commented, white guys, this is the best thing you could possibly do for your podcast. I'll milkshake a Nazi if it gets us followers. I just don't know what the fuck a milkshake, like, is it a, what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like something a 16-year-old came up with. You probably heard Urban Dictionary. That sounds like some white shit. Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck, you know, milkshaking you talking about. Like, I didn't even know we still had Nazis.
I thought milkshakes brought the boys to the yard. It's not something you want to do with a Nazi.
But I don't milkshake. I mean, milkshake, is that like where they pump a nigga dick enough till they give him some milk? I mean, I don't understand. So he won't let.
We got to jerk off a Nazi to get the podcast.
I think he's saying he wanted let a Nazi suck my dick while I shake my balls or something, jiggle my balls.
That's got to be a hard thing to talk a Nazi into. How do you even approach that subject?
I don't know. You probably just ask him, be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, white dude, you want some of my dick? You know, that's what I asked him when he pulled me over. I was saying, I asked him. I'm like, nigga, I'm saying, are you sexually harassing me?
You gotta be more subtle. You gotta be like, you're like, excuse me, Adolf. Listen, I run a podcast, and I'm trying to up my social media status, and I see you're yelling a lot, right? And you got some strong vocal cords there. So I would appreciate it greatly if you could suck my dick, and that, you know, see how far that gets you. Are you typing it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, find out what milkshake is, because I'm fucking. I used to be a big fan of Urban Dictionary, but I fell off, so I don't know how. Like, I haven't kept up with the lingo. Like, did you know kids say heckin' nowadays? And heckin' is the new hella.
No,
it's left coast bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stuck in my generation, so you know what I'm saying. Fuck these little niggas out here with all that faggot shit.
Whoa!
I don't know. It's telling me, motherfucking, just like a bitch dancing in the club.
So you got to get a Nazi to twerk on you?
I don't know.
Man, you got to go through a lot to get some Twitter followers nowadays.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny though to post a video of like some guy, like a Nazi, with a rebel like twerking on you, right? With a fucking Gucci Mane song playing in the background or something? Is Gucci Mane twerky music?
I don't know. I don't listen to Gucci.
Why? You listen to Jeezy, the Snowman?
Rarely. A little bit. A couple of nigga songs hit. You know what I'm saying? I be on.
Did you ever get sent home for having a Snowman shirt?
A little bit. No. Fuck that. Fuck them faggot ass motherfucking goddamn propagandists at the school. You know what I'm saying? No dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about motherfuckers wearing some shit like that that's out here motherfucking hungry as fuck, and then they want to let a bunch of goddamn 16-year-old cheerleaders wear nothing with some shit eating their motherfucking crotch, and then let a bunch of 60-year-old niggas come in there with cameras. Get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna get milkshake, dude. You gotta be careful. Man, what better way to celebrate the dead veterans than to milkshake a Nazi?
Right here, over time, milkshake duck has become a term that can be used to refer to any person or thing that gains fleeting popularity for something seemingly pleasing, only to dig deeper to reveal unfortunate truths about their past or opinions, typically a connection to history or some form of bigotry. So it states that milkshake duck is someone that gains fame for something nice or positive. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know nothing about it, but whatever. Maybe it's telling us to put them niggas on blast. Maybe that's what that means in some fucked up way if he forgot the word duck. I don't know.
There's a guy that
like a bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, duck ass nigga. I mean, you a bitch. You clumsy nigga. We gonna take advantage of you. That type thing.
What if you're a white duck?
I don't know. Maybe.
Dude, so there's a guy. I'm not friends with him anymore because I posted a Photoshop picture of me and his wife, and he got mad, and that was my Facebook ban.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? And this guy, and I've known him for like probably 10 years at this point. And clearly he supports the current administration. I don't know if there's a correlation between what I'm about to tell you. But the funny thing is, and I always think about this when I hear this guy fucking, bashing on liberals and stuff, is on the inner bicep of his left arm, he's got the SS, the Schutzstaffel lightning bolts. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I always like to point that out every couple of months. And everybody's always like, well, that's when he was younger. It was back in the day. And it's like, my first tattoo was kanji that I'm not even sure is my initials. But I guess we all have different paths in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so shout out to Vince, man. You
I
changed.
can get Yeah, I can get that a nigga comes up in a certain environment. Like if you growed up on a fucking island and you're part of Jonestown and you the only nigga that didn't drink the fucking Kool-Aid, it might take you a few years to bounce back, but you might not be like a cultist that wants to fucking kill everybody and take their house and molest their fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? But you can be a victim of circumstance, and then sooner or later you got to become accountable for your own shit. But at some point in life, you could probably get a cover up of that tattoo. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think he's making an effort to do that.
yeah, but my point is, on the other side is who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to that. Like, nigga, if you racist, be a racist. You know what I'm saying? Be the best racist you can. If you're not, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a closet racist. You know? And it's like, that don't mean you gotta fuck with me. That don't mean you gotta like me. That don't mean I gotta fuck with you. Don't mean any of that shit. You know? Cause like, I'm not gonna lose no sleep either way. You know what I'm saying? And the more haters I got, then the better. You know what I'm saying? If I'm offensive in the way I talk or the shit I think, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. Don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, and I don't give a fuck, nigga. Put me on, go in the shower, nigga. Turn on the steam, light a candle, and beat your dick to my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you got to do, nigga, to do you and feel whole. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you hating on me or anybody else like me, to feel fulfilled in your life, nigga, you might need some fucking counseling, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You could probably get a grant for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You probably get some Medicaid. They probably or a workplace. They got workplace counseling now. You know what I'm saying? For tragedies and confusion and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you might need to go down there and get you some of that shit, nigga. Because if your whole existence is hating people, you might as well go on and motherfucking call yourself Christ, nigga, and eat a bullet for your last supper. You feel me?
I feel you. I don't think anybody's jerking off to your voice though.
I think they are, nigga. I'm telling you, dog. I've caused a lot of niggas in the world to question their sexuality. I promise you.
Yeah, twinks. Tiny little white bread, blonde hair, blue-eyed fucking German guys that like big bears. I thought we covered this in like episode 3.
I don't know. It may have been. You know what I'm saying? It may have been. But, you know, it's something that happens daily. So sometimes we got to touch back on it. You know what I'm saying? And macho, feminine, none of that shit matters, nigga, when they hear this voice and that prostate start tingling, nigga. It ain't
macho, man.
You ain't got to take a shit, nigga. That's my voice. I promise you.
You just got to get up in there. You got to get all deep. You got to,
yeah. They want
like
me.
That?
They want me.
You
3
like
knuckles
that?
deep. 3 knuckles deep.
You feel that in your coffee table, right behind your nuts, jiggling, right on your bacon strip. Oh, Bernie Sanders. Bernie, I do not. Just because I make love to my wife does not mean I will not make love to a black man. Because they deserve it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, man, I don't know, man. You know, the world's fucked up, nigga. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's broken people there's broken people all over this motherfucker. I don't know what milkshaking a nigga is, but I'm starting to think that means the nigga need to stir his chocolate shit tube with a dick. I think that's what it sounds like, nigga. Like the old school milkshake machine.
Shit tube with a dick? My grandpa used to say something similar to that. Stir your chocolate shit tube with a dick. And nobody will ever disrespect you again.
They'll never disrespect
You, sir, we will not let the corporations not let us share our chocolate poop shoot with a dick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know, it's not really my cup of tea, nigga. But, I mean, if you come correct, nigga, and your money right, nigga, and you need me to punk you, nigga, I might help you, nigga. I might. Maybe it's like a chiropractor. You know, once every 6 months, nigga, need an attitude adjustment.
And just fucking start railing like, yeah, this Brownville dick.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is, nigga. I mean, shit. I'll put on a mask, nigga. Be anything you want me to be, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
All things to all people. Have you ever seen the assassination of Gianni Versace? I thought we talked about this.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
The show. I mean? So, I have never been more ready to go and be a male escort for rich old gay men than after I've watched that fucking show. Because it's like, yeah, this guy's a bad guy. He's a serial killer. He killed Versace. He took Versace out of our life. But at the same time, he fucking looked like he lived pretty good for a little bit until he got ahead of himself. Like that old gay man, like that in La Jolla. I used to live in San Diego. La Jolla's beautiful. If I had to cuddle with an old guy, right, feed him a fucking Viagra or a hot rod just to get him going a little bit, do a little fucking tongue flick action, act like a snake, do my thing, just so I could sit out there and stare at the beach afterwards? You're fucking right. I'm gonna milkshake that shit.
All right, so now we into a subject that we've touched on, but we can run with it for a second. So what is insanity? Doing some shit you don't want to do for the entirety of your life.
No.
To feed yourself and put a roof over your head and try to attain quality of life, right? So you can go out here 30 years. Your retirement may or may not exist. Your house may or may not be dilapidated. You got to get up every morning, go do some shit you don't want to do, get calluses, break your back. Or you go take a dick once a month and live in the millionaire range. I mean, is there any difference? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm asking. I mean, we just throw it out there, for all you motherfuckers that get up every morning at 4 o'clock, drive in traffic, go do some shit you may or may not want to do, to make $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen people online talking about how $40,000 a year is a good paying job. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not trying to, fuck up your bubble or anything, but it's not. If you making $40,000 under a year, you need to reassess your priorities. I mean, it may be cool for you, you may be happy, whatever, but it's not. It's a fucking illusion. Okay, it sucks. It's bullshit. Okay, it's fucking.
Well, to be fair, if you're in high school and you're making $40,000 a year, that's that's pretty fucking good money. But if you're supporting a family and you're over 20 years old, you need to go do something else.
Yeah, you need to reassess.
But
you need to reassess.
well, I guess it depends on how satisfied you feel at the end of the day, and I don't mean sexually. It's like if that old guy, and I imagine old guys are really loud when they come, like they're really because they probably don't jerk off as much as like younger guys do. So we're not getting hit with that fucking sudden shock of stimuli.
I don't think that's what it is at all. I think they've reached a point where they don't give a fuck and they're comfortable with their sexuality.
When's the last time you screamed after you busted a nut? Well, like yelled like fake porno acting?
I'm not really like a vocal sexual partner. You know what I'm saying? That's never really been my thing. I'm more of a listener. You know.
You're telling me you don't sit there and you go, yeah, you on your coffee table? Yeah, milkshake that. Yeah.
I'm saying
no, but I'm saying like that, like
sexually. Look at how much you've changed from say 17, 18, 19 to where you are now. The shit that's cool, the shit that's on the table, the shit that you wouldn't have never done at 17, 18, 19 that you do now at however the fuck old you are. You know what I'm saying? 52. It's a big fucking difference.
I definitely
what's on the table.
I definitely cry less now.
Yeah, well, that's important unless you need that release. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like a sub, you know what I'm saying, and you want some domination, like you might need that release. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to up the game on the pain.
Man, I just want my wife to pay attention to me when we have sex. That's all.
You choke her a couple times, she will.
Yeah, I guess I could try that, but then it'll turn violent, and then all those feelings will come up. You get your hand on her, you're trying to be sexual, and all of a sudden you forget. You remember she didn't unload, but all of a sudden you remember she didn't unload the dishwasher in time, right? And that manifests itself.
Yeah, and that's right, and that's a perfect time to assert yourself and still keep the balance of your household.
And start screaming after you milkshaker. I think we've used milkshake as a different verb every 5 minutes.
I mean, you think about it though. You beating and the ass jiggling and shit, and you grab your hand full of motherfucking hair or the back of the throat. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like a wild motherfucking boar, nigga.
Like a wild bull, like a fucking animal.
Yeah, an animal, nigga. Like one of them like one of them hogs that attacked Old Yeller nigga on the movie.
I've never seen Old Yeller.
You ain't never seen? Man, you un-American motherfucker.
You're offended by that?
How did you ever get in the military? Yeah.
I didn't even see Top Gun until after I got out of boot camp.
Damn, man.
I had to do a lot of push-ups because of that.
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck.
Did you ever see Top Gun? I'm like, I have no idea what fucking Top Gun it is.
You remind me of like a shorter version of like dark-haired version of Goose.
Anthony, the actor.
Yeah, in the
Why
movie,
can't I be
Goose.
Iceman?
Yeah, he's too wienery. He's too much.
Why couldn't I be if I was gonna be anybody in Top Gun, I'd be Iceman's partner.
You remind me of like a young broker version of dark-haired Trump.
Mr. Trump, the American people deserve to know about your tax returns because African Americans don't file taxes.
Jesus.
That's Bernie Sanders. That's not me.
That's crazy. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Y'all gonna make
50 cents on every dollar you earn should go to Antifa and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just be chilling, man. Like, I don't even really be fucking around too much. I just want to start this motherfucking pussy eating escort service up and chill. And I want to smoke bowls all day. I want to grow a couple plants, and I want to be able to barbecue some motherfucking pork.
I just, I think I told you earlier I moved 1.5 pounds today, right?
You touched
And it was,
on something. You touched on something.
So, for all those listeners,
it could have been Big Boy, for all I know. You know what I mean?
could be Big Boy out there fucking showing me his wallet or his giant dick next to all his scrawny, skinny ribs under his fucking velour Sean John suit.
Yeah.
So I moved 1.5 pounds today. I made $300 off it. Not very much, but I did it as a favor, and I made a little money, so now I can get me a new phone and stop fucking staring at this one. So it's all progression, and I should be Dr. Feelgood pretty soon. Was it Mr. Feelgood or Dr. Feelgood? The song.
I don't know, but
was he a doctor?
Yeah, I don't know, but Dr. Phil, he reminds me of like a Southern wife beater.
You know, women are smart and men are stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should do an episode of just Dr. Phil and Bernie Sanders arguing the whole time.
Dr. Phil, man. For Dr. Phil, it's the way he puts his hand up in the air when he points up, and he's like, what's her name? Karen? I think her name's Karen. And he's talking about his wife. It's the way he puts his hand up and he says it, and it's like, I think that boy might have some wife beating in his history.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
You know. But now she sits up there and she's cool and she's quiet. She participates and shit, and they don't be arguing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like, I think it's important to rear a child. She starts to open his mouth and he fucking shoots her a glance and she shuts up.
Yeah, and
okay.
They make money. They got nice clothes. They got nice houses. You know what I'm saying? The house is leveled out. You know
Bernie Sanders comes over for lunch.
You know what I'm saying, and his dick inverts and turns into a vagina. So he's like, I can't talk like him, but I'm sure he has Phil in some form or fashion.
You sound exactly like him.
He probably like milkshake me, Phil.
Yeah, he's like his name. Robin, I think it's important that we start pegging, and if I'm going to explain what pegging is, it's when a woman straps on a phallic piece, a member, a dildo, a non-vibrating one, and puts it in the anus of a man. Now, I don't think there's a problem with that. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Mr. DeGraw. African American men are not allowed to peg in this country.
Jesus Christ. What's up with this Tony Robbins thing? Since you're caught on the African American Bernie Sanders thing.
All right. Here's the thing. And this is just my personal feeling. I know that I come off as a complete racist, and I'm sure I am. So this was the 80s. I'm not saying it's a different time. The video, he was talking to a room full of black people. So it's not like he was in a safe place. Like Trump can talk to his supporters and lie and then nobody calls him on it. Yeah. He was talking to a room full of black people. So if you listen to them booing and awing and shit, there's probably a couple motherfuckers looking at this dude. They're trying to, hey, man, sit down. You got 2 charges, man. Sit down. You can't do this. You know what I mean? But at the same time, nobody was listening to him. They heard the N-word. They freaked the fuck out. What he was saying was, you can't get mad if somebody uses that. Like, once you get mad, somebody says that, you're a slave. You gave up all the power. And it's the same thing like Lenny Bruce. When Lenny Bruce is like, a word is a word. And if you say it enough and then it loses its power, he's like, it's only powerful if you let somebody use it over you.
Yeah.
And that's the entire point. But they didn't. Those people in the 80s didn't realize that their fucking kids were going to grow up to be such social justice warrior pussies who were going to fight over every instance of the use of that word.
So I listened to part of the clip. I didn't listen to it all. it felt kind of hard for me to take the whole thing into context because I was only seeing a clip and not the entirety of the point that it was being driven there. I could see the perception of it in poor taste, but on the other side of that coin, it felt like he was trying to address some shit that nobody else was really addressing and putting himself in an element that was completely fucking exposed. You know, and it probably took some balls if that was legitimate, you know, and the attendees were actually black people. Now, you know, in 2019, looking back, I mean, this shit looked crazy as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But if the nigga was being legitimate there, and regardless of how the delivery was, because the delivery was fucking awful. I mean, it was fucking horrendous, but...
None of it rhymed. It didn't rhyme. That's why nobody liked it.
The fucking damn, that's awful too. But you know
nobody should ever say the N-word unless it rhymes. Trigger. Trigger.
The point is that he's right though. When you give niggas the keys to your house, they in charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you allow another man to control you with words or thought process, then he's 100%. You a fucking drone. You a slave. It ain't no different than these white people. It ain't no different than the fucking Nazis. It ain't no different than the fucking Chinese. It ain't no different than nobody. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you go to church and you allowing a child molesting fucking preacher to fucking, you know, tell you how to live your life, but you out here fucking around, skiing up, getting pegged and drinking on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And then what you think is you go to church and put $20 in a collection plate, nigga, you saved? No, nigga, you probably, if there is a hell, you gonna burn, nigga. So, you know, just food for thought.
What I'm saying is, Tony Robbins was saying the N-word. Now, I was talking to Paula Dean and Jeezy the other day, and we were listening to some old Big Daddy Kane, and nobody had a problem. Paula Dean made some fried chicken, Jeezy was cutting up lines, and there was no problem. That's important to remember. You have to stop on the rock before you sell it.
Yeah. So
African Americans don't step enough.
So my thought is, man, is that you got all these celebrities and they want to keep themselves valid, and anytime they can find something controversial they can throw out there to be easy clickbait, it keeps them relevant and keeps them on people's tongue and makes them look
I love
like
Tony Robbins.
Social justice warriors, you know what I'm saying? I tried to watch it, but I don't like a lot of motivational speaking, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of these motherfuckers are so detached from me, like I don't see the relation. But you know, I'm one step from sleeping.
That's because you're not listening, dude. I could.
Yeah, I'm one step from fucking.
Bro, I'm telling you, like
type shit. You know what I'm saying? We out here getting out the mud like for real, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, it's cool, nigga. Do you made your money? I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care if you go to Klan meetings, nigga. I don't care if you in the Black Panther. I don't care if you in the Weather Underground and you bombing buildings, nigga. Just don't blow me up, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Black Panther was the highest grossing Marvel film of all time. African Americans are not allowed to rent it. No, what I'm saying is you're not listening to the right kind of motivational speakers. There's a guy, and I follow him on the gram, and I read his book, Extreme Ownership: How Navy SEALs Lead Fight.
Like I'm gonna not interrupt you there, but I'm gonna agree with you. You kind of do sound like a racist.
Yeah, I do.
Kind of sound like a racist.
It's fine. So anyway, wait, no Bernie Sanders. So this guy's his name is Jocko Willink. I believe. Yeah, fuck it, dude. And you see a picture of this motherfucker, and you're immediately like, yeah, he looks like a guy you'd call Jocko. Like he's got resting bitch face, just like 100%. But he was, you know, Chris Kyle, the American Sniper guy.
Yeah.
He was his commanding
something with his name on it now. I don't know what the fuck it was. It might not have been popcorn. It might have been Tootsie Rolls, but some crazy shit like
Chris.
Or
Chris Kyle, caramel corn is the best damn caramel corn I've ever. I agree with you, sir. African Americans cannot purchase caramel corn. So anyways, he was Chris Kyle's commanding officer in Fallujah, like the deadliest fucking fighting in Iraq. And he made it out, dude. And he came back, and I first heard about him on Joe Rogan's podcast. And if you want, I wouldn't call him a motivational speaker. I'd call him a motherfucker that knows how to get after it and get it done. Because if you follow him on Instagram, what he does is every day, no breaks, every day posts a picture of his watch. And it's either 4:30 or earlier that he's up. And he's fucking getting after it. He's working out so fucking hard. He takes a picture of the sweat all underneath him, right? Yeah. And I think once a week,
sounds like
I have to listen.
Man porn to me, but go ahead.
No, dude. Once a week, trust me. Once a week, I listen to this segment, this excerpt, sound clip on YouTube of part of a podcast he did, and it's titled "Good." So basically, he's like, one of my direct subordinates. They came to me with a problem, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this going on," and I'm like, "Good." And the guy's like, every time I come to you and I tell you this or I got something going on, you say good. And he's like, yeah. Because you should never, if something happens, you shouldn't freak out. Don't get upset. Don't fucking, lose your cool. He's like, get up, dust off, reload, refocus, and get after it. He's like, just look at every fucking opportunity as a way to learn as opposed to something that's going to fucking take a piece of you every time. And I have to listen to that once a week, man, and it fucking gets me going. And it honestly kind of refocuses me because it's like this dude was like in some of the heaviest firefight in Iraq. Now he runs a successful business. He's got a successful podcast. He motivates tons of fucking people. And he's like and every day, 4:30 in the morning, regardless if it's a holiday, if it's snow, he's up getting fucking after it.
Yeah.
And he controls 100% of his fucking life. And it's amazing shit. And you see the guy and you're just like, damn, that motherfucker could like scare the sour out of a lemon. You know what I mean? Like just his fucking face. He's just all puckered and angry looking and shit. Like that dude's taking a lot of lives.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. Everything you just described to me, other than the fact that he says good, sounds like fucking rap music to me. Because that's what niggas say. Niggas like, I don't sleep, nigga. I'm out here getting it, nigga. I'm mobbing, nigga. You don't really want to fuck with it, nigga. I'm focused, nigga. I'm getting mine, nigga. Fuck you. like lift you, but I'm not gonna do you. I'm doing me. So it sounds like rap
all
music.
I'm saying is
I
this
listen
man.
to rap music every day on the way to work, and it motivates me.
No, that makes you want to go fucking curb stomp somebody. I'm saying this guy's like, he's basically like.
I'm saying some of this rap music came out of neighborhoods. Some of this rap music came out of neighborhoods that had the busiest, most fucking absurd firefight in the entire state. So I guess it correlates. The two things you're saying definitely correlate. They're definitely married.
Well, I don't know if I would equate Jocko to that, but I mean, if that whatever helps you get to the motivating factor
so
and
what
keeps
you're
you
saying,
going,
being
then
a government gangster is any different than being a fucking family gangster.
Dude, if I'm gonna listen to a rapper, I'm gonna listen to fucking Mr. Chuck D.
You're
all right?
probably gonna listen to fucking Post Malone or some shit like that.
Fuck no, I'm gonna listen to Sting and be like, yeah, you tell me what's going on, Sting. You tell me about the world. You sending an SOS. I know it's wrong.
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, bro, we gotta wrap this. I gotta go grill. I gotta go fucking grill, man. I gotta get the family fed.
You gotta grill some fucking hot dogs or something and marinate the fucking smell of fucking burning flesh for the living ones, not the dead ones, or the dead ones not for the living ones. Same
Too many hot dogs have been killed for Memorial Day, and I will no longer allow that.
Yep. All right, you need to get sponsors and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So shout out to the campaign of Bernie Sanders 2020. Shout out to Jocko Willink. Go read that book, Extreme Ownership. Shout out to rap music. Shout out to Milkshaking. Shout out to Milkshaking a Nazi. Shout out to
milkshaking him. I'm not sure what it is, but we milkshaking the Nazi.
Hey, we milkshooking a Nazi. He's been milkshooken.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeezy the Snowman.
Damn.
I got hundreds on the table, 20 on the floor.
I don't know. I'm pretty mad because I was talking to some niggas the other day that was looking for some raw, man, and they said that the quality wasn't there. So somebody might need to go talk to the Snowman.
I'm telling you. But if they need weed,
I'm gonna make an executive decision. We're gonna have to drop him as a sponsor because the quality's off.
Because you fuck it. Because they're no longer stepping. You have to step on the product 60-40. You will never make a profit margin. African Americans have no access to baby powder. All right, so good episode. A lot of racism, a lot of positives, whatever. Dr. Phil, good job. And fuck it. So if you have a chance, if you're ever in that position, if your family's watching, if a cop's got your arm behind your back, if you're in a fucking courthouse, if you're in a classroom full of students, never go quietly. Peace.